default picture and all of that. I'm too lazy to do all like editing stuff and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just out here in Kentucky right now on the job. Um, I wanted to talk about what even got me in and on this trading stuff uh, and investing. Last year around February, I hit my head and I was scared to die broke after I hit my head. I was like, damn, if I had died from that injury, I would have died broke as hell. I would have absolutely nothing to leave behind. Like nothing. So after that, I was like, damn, I gotta find a way to make my money work harder than me. Because you can see, if you see a dude that looks dressed like this, you know they work hard. All dudes that dress like this, stop just working hard as a motherfucker for real. Climbing up the company is one thing. Still though, even if you want to climb up the company, bro, you gotta in these times you gotta make your money work harder than you. Even if it's gonna take a while to make your money finally work harder than you. I'm realizing if I've been on the same mindset that I am right now, I'm pretty convinced I would be rich. If you was investing in the stock market before 2020 or in 2020, you might not be rich, but you'll be straight. You have some assets to leverage, and your net worth would be a way that's like, damn. I mean, if you look at a stock market chart, you could look at today, you could look at yesterday, you could look at the previous week, and you could look at the previous month. Usually, when you're getting into the years, you'll see that there's certain stocks out there and stuff like that. If you was holding it, you would have been then came up by now. Like you would have been Gucci. You would have wish you would have had yourself positioned. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. What I think going on with the stock market right now is, oh hey, what's up? I like thank you for liking it. And I ain't even really rapping about much yet, but I was saying that if you're in the stock market right now, um, it's either gonna do one of the two things. It's going to water bottle, saying I need some water. How about this instead? Water bottle. Anyways, thanks, man. Thanks for the sub. Hey, what up? Kamari. Yeah, thank you. But back to what I was saying. If you're in now, you're either buying into it and you can't stand that you're buying a bleeding asset right now, or you're already positioned and you're regretting not buying into the dip. Unless you're a person that's been investing and all of this shit is like way beyond you. Will you marry me? That's crazy, man. I wish somebody would just ask me that over here. Anybody trying to marry me around here. But anyways, I'll take a little southern chick. What is it? I'm just playing y'all. That I don't know what kind of language that is. Your name is, but I know them ladies be attractive though. All right, let me stop. Um, but yeah, if you position right now, you finna be in the basement, and I'm gonna give it about 3 months. 3 months. Everybody that bought into the market right now is finna be in the basement. You're gonna regret not buying into it more deeply. But right now, you might feel like this was the stupidest thing to buy into. But I'm telling you, that's how the market finna. I just feel it in my bones. Um, I'm stuck between, do I want to pull out of my extremely high yield savings and double down on the stock market, or do I want to just keep playing it safe and wait it out? But market been bleeding for like weeks now, and a couple weeks ago I thought I would buy into the bottom, and I thought I would see an instant reversal. That shit kept bleeding. I bought a couple more times, and then that shit just put me on freeze. I'm not selling for a loss, but I'm not just gonna keep buying the falling knife, as they say, right? So yeah, I just got myself positioned. I want to put more of the work capital into trading. Don't matter, buying the market is a long game. I know, I hear you on that it's a long game, but what I was just saying is these last couple weeks, whether if you positioned or not, you either bought in and it's bleeding on you, or you already positioned and you're gonna regret not buying some of these dips that's happening right now. What you think, Jonah? That's how I feel about it right now. Like, I only got $5,000 tied up into this, but most of my positions is poured into commodities, um, SLV and PLTM platinum, and they move on a similar algorithm. And I thought I was we compound interest over years and years. That's how we win. Never try to time it. Even experts get it wrong. I feel you. So would it have took like an amount of like fearlessness for me to be like, all right, let's just say this. For me personally, I'm positioned in on SLV. I got like some $66 positions, right? And I had some of those positions um, before the big rally when we hit 120, and I was just holding strong, and I didn't even think we were gonna touch my $66 positions. Sure enough, it did. It even touched 58. But my problem was I had my money tied into too many different things, so I couldn't average down on the silver like I really really wanted to. So I'm kind of forced to wait. Not really forced to, but I guess I just don't have the confidence to dig out of my savings and be like, nah, I'm pouring more into this game to be able to have green positions. That's just where I was. But let me read what you were saying to me. We compound interest, yeah, time in the market always beat. Oh, yeah, I already heard you. Time in the market always beat timing the market. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. 100%. But so are you more of a person that just does your weekly or bi-weekly reoccurring type like a thing, or do you try to capitalize on those good dips? And then another thing for me would be to imagine, like, I want to get all my positions. Man, I just seen a big ass bee. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, but anyways, I hope you didn't leave me, Jonah. You was pretty engaged with me. But anyways, I could only imagine what it's like. Jonah left. Damn it. That was my most engaged one I had. But anyways, what he said, I get time in the market beats timing the market, but why would you not want to average down at the best time to, whether if you in it in the long game, or if you in it for the long game, or if you're just trying to make short term buy and sells. Both ways, I feel like you still would want to catch the best low if you can, if you were in a position where is capable of averaging down. But you back now, but I wanted to ask you, Like I only could imagine what it would be like to average up, and like I can't stand it, and I'm not necessarily against it, but I want to imagine what it's like to be in the basement for so long, and it's like I know I'm never gonna be able to buy any of the prices that I used to trade at, but I'm gonna buy, you know, something $5 above my price or something like that. Like, I couldn't even imagine what that would be like monthly reoccurring for the next 20 years, I reckon. Every time I've taken money out the market, I've lost on those choices. Every single time, huh? It man, but yeah, I'm not a big seller, but I will say this. Um, I'm not opposed to trimming some of my positions to get off so I can average down again. But yeah, I do like to stay positioned is my strategy right now, but I am definitely going long because yeah, I just feel like it's a little bit harder to spot those sniper shots, and sell at the very, very, very daily low and get off a lot of shares at the top. I feel like it's a skill, but I don't know. I just feel like it's risky. Maybe a little bit more harder. Maybe I don't know. Maybe a different kind of patience for that. But I only necessarily really sell when I'm trying to trim off. It's like I'm so heavy in this thing, and I caught an upside. I'm getting rid of some of them, and once I catch a downside, I'm going to add again. You know, those sniper shots, amazing if it can hit, but too hard and stressful for me. I hear you. Trying to do sniper entries, like I try, but I've gotten to a point where I think that I'm just gonna be more of a. I'm just gonna like scale. I'm just gonna like scale in and have my initial position be small enough to where if it fluctuate on me, then I can load up. But I'm trying to get to a point where I'm comfortable with my initial entry. You know what I'm saying? So that was something for me personally. I know it's a long game, but I feel like if your initial entry size is perfect, you can ride that wave all the way down, even if it want to do a crazy drawback. Those sniper shots are amazing, yeah. But yeah, I love it though, bro. So this will be my first year of it. I started like December 5th. Yeah, I started on December 5th. So next December will be my full year in. So I only been 3-4 months trading, but I've been regular investing since like around about a year. Yeah, I've been like regular investing for about a year, and then I don't know if you was here in the beginning, but the little head concussion accident led me to just start doing little investing. Started off with cash at buying stocks, and then I progressed over to public and was buying full positions opposed to just dollars here and there. Like I got so many dollars spread out. Like I got $1,000 worth of just dollars, like $5, $10 that I would give to random shares, and every single time that they would pay me a dividend, I would give it another dollar. But that turned into that, and I was loving seeing how the money that I would get off of the just little dollars I would put in certain stocks. It was making me excited. So I was like, man, I really want to get into this game. And that's when I started getting the full shares on public, and then I think I ended up getting a Robin Hood later, and then Then I progressed to Robinhood. Yeah, I love dividends. Like, man, yeah. All right, when I first got the public account, I was trying to get risky dividend stocks, and I ended up losing more money than I got paid in dividends because the asset was depreciating so much. It was YMAG. One of my first videos, I actually talked about how I was selling my YMAG positions. If you want to go back to it, but I don't often in my videos say like, share, and subscribe and stuff like that. I probably should, but I'm just practicing being on YouTube and type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. It feel corny as hell to say that to me, but I probably really should. You know what I'm saying? Like like it if you liked it. Share it if you liked it, or if you think it was informational. But I went and but after I did the public, um, I think I fooled around and got the Robin Hood, and I think I only got the Robin Hood because they was catching me on the giving out a free stock. So I'm like, oh, a free stock. So I did the friend referral thing. My friend that already had a Robin Hood opened up a Robin Hood, and I like to call my Robin Hood morely like my growth account because I don't necessarily have that many dividend stocks there, but I got a lot of stocks at a good bargain level. You know what I'm saying? So that's how my Robin Hood is playing. And then later on, I leveled up to Webull. That was my first account where I started like actively, aggressively day trading, averaging down. You know what I'm saying? All of that. Man, I had to learn a lot by myself when I was doing that. Like, if I had somebody to hold my hand while I was going through that, I would have saved so much money. But I feel like I just had to do something to take some kind of risk to separate myself, just to get that separation, man. It might sound kind of messed up, but yeah, I just couldn't keep having life keep going the same. I had to have something really show for it because every single year, I'm starting to realize that working hard and saving is not good enough. Unless if you're a very high earner, that's different. But working hard and saving is just simply not enough. And now I'm seeing as hard as I work, if I had the same mentality, off of here, if I had the same mentality even 3 or 5 years ago, I would have a lot to show for it right now. But I'm gonna get off of here. I think me and the fellas about to go catch some dinner, get some little dinner or something. But I just wanted to get in here and. But thanks, Joan, for engaging with me. You said you should get a Vanguard S&P 500 low cost monthly index fund. Monthly best advice. Okay, I'm gonna try that. I might run that. I do got some S&P 500 on my Robinhood. I got some SPY, but I appreciate everybody that did engage with this. Like, comment, subscribe, and this one I'm actually post it instead of just keeping it private because I know some of the people that already watched it might want to see it again or not. I'll post it because I shared a lot about myself on this one, so I kind of want this to be part of the story. All right.